So now we will discuss about veto power of President of India. Okay. So till now we discussed about legislature power, executive power, judiciary power, finance power, then we discuss about military power, diplomatic power as well as pardoning power. Okay, now we will discuss veto power of President of India. Okay, so under Article 111. So generally there are three types of veto power. Now take an example. What is the procedure of legislature in India? First a bill has to introduce in one house, then the bill has to discuss, then the bill has to vote. Then again once the bill is passed in first house, the bill will send to another house. In another house the bill has to introduce, then the bill has to discuss, then the bill has to pass. Once the bill is passed by both the houses of the parliament, then the bill will send to the assent of president. Then the bill will send to assent of president. At that time, president will decide whether to give assent to the bill or not. That power is a veto power. That power is a veto power in simple language. So in constitution, okay, it mentioned three types of veto power. Okay, President of India, it is having a three types of veto power. First such veto power is absolute veto power. Absolute veto power. Name itself suggests absolute veto power means whenever the bill passed by both the houses of the parliament and the bill will send to the assent of the president. Okay, president use the veto power. That means president reject the bill. President reject the bill. Okay, president didn't give assent, didn't keep that bill or didn't return the bill. Okay, simply president rejected the bill. Then the bill will be dead from the day of that rejection. The bill will become dead from the day of its rejection. Okay, that power is nothing but a absolute veto. Okay, so now question, president can use his absolute veto power in any bill or each and every bill? No, there is no such thing. Okay, this is very very important. Okay, president can exercise his or her absolute veto only on two cases. Only on two cases. What are those cases? If a bill passed by the private member, if a bill introduced by the private member, you know private member, right? Any member of parliament other than the council of ministers are called private member. If that private member introduced the bill, and that bill passed in both the houses of the parliament, right? So that is a private member bill. So president has a power to use the absolute veto in that private member bill. Understood? First case. Now second case, what is that? Take an example. Remember in the year 2014 there was a change in the government, right? Till 2014, half of that 2014 Congress government. Then after that BJP formed the majority and BJP party formed the government. Okay. Now take an example. In the month of January 2014, okay, February or March month, in the February month in the year 2014, Congress cabinet passed the bill. Congress cabinet passed the bill. Then in the month of July, BJP is there now. Okay, the bill which is passed by the Congress government, it is not get assent. It is not get assent. Okay, then BJP government formed. So BJP party formed the government, and BJP cabinet said, okay, advised to the president that not to give assent to that bill. Not to give assent to that bill. Why? Because that bill passed by the other party, but now other political party, but now another political party formed the government. At that time, president can use this his or her absolute veto. Now you understood? It is not about party, if cabinet also. If one cabinet pass the bill and resign after passing the bill, new cabinet form the government. If new cabinet advise the president not to give the assent, then president can use the absolute veto. Remember, whenever the president will use the absolute veto, the bill will be dead. Okay. No further discussion on that bill. So does any president exercise this absolute veto? Yes. So there was a first time our Dr. Rajendra Prasad was there, right? He exercised this absolute veto. And apart from that, in the year 1991, Sir R. Venkataratnam, he is also exercised the absolute veto over the bill. Understood? What is absolute veto? Right. So in absolute veto, bill will become dead. Does president has arbitrary power to use the absolute veto? No. President can use the absolute veto only in two cases. First, private member bill. Second, bill passed by the previous cabinet but present cabinet advise president not to give assent and reject the bill. The next, suspensive veto. So same thing. What is that? Bill introduced in one house, passed in one house, then the bill sent to the another house, introduce, discuss and pass. Then the bill will send to the assent of the president. Okay. Absolute veto we discuss. If president rejected the bill, that is absolute veto. But rather than rejecting, president written the bill. President written the bill. Okay. Here there is a one term written. Absolute veto, reject. Bill become dead. But in suspensive veto, president written the bill. He is not rejected. He written the bill for some changes. Okay. He can tell to the House of the Parliament that do some changes in the bill. Then once the president written the bill, then again the bill will go to its respective houses. Then what houses can do? Okay, both the houses, they can pass the bill with changes and without changes. They can pass the bill with changes or without changes. If they pass the bill with changes, again the bill will send to the president. Okay. If they pass the bill without changes, once again repass, that means second time they pass. No? If second time they pass the bill, both the houses of the parliament without any changes. Changes also pass the bill, it will go to president, and without changes also, then the bill will go to the president. Then second time it is mandatory for the president to give the assent. You understood, no? So in suspensive veto, after passing the bill, first time the bill will send to president. President will written the bill. Okay, once the bill has been written, then the houses can pass the bill with changes or without changes. Very important, with changes or without changes. Then again second time, if the bill sent to the assent of the president, then it is mandatory for the president to give the assent to this bill. Okay. Does president has a power suspensive veto for every bill? No. Money bill it does not have. It does not have a power. President cannot use the suspensive veto on money bill. Okay. Money bill cannot be written by the president. President has to give assent. So this is about the bill related to parliament. Now we have state also. Okay, state level also we have a procedure. What is that? Assembly will introduce the bill, discuss the bill, pass the bill. Then that bill will send to the governor. Because most of the Indian state is having unicameralism. That means only assembly. Not assembly and council like we have this thing. What Karnataka. You are understanding? So once a bill introduced in the assembly, discuss the bill, pass the bill will send to the assent of the governor. Then governor has a 3 veto power: absolute veto, suspensive veto, pocket veto. And another option governor is having. Governor will reserve the bill for the assent of the president. Okay, that means rather than governor giving the assent to the state bill, governor will kept aside that bill for the assent of the president. Then the bill will go to the president. State bill, not parliament. Okay, so state bill will go to the assent of the president. Then president will return the bill. President will return the bill to the state. Then state will pass the bill with or without changes. Again second time the state bill will send to the assent of the president. Then second time also president can reject. Second time also president can reject. Third time also president can, return the bill, not reject. First time it is written, then again they repass. Second time they went. again president return the bill. Third time also president can return the bill. For such there is no such limit in case of state bill, but in case of parliament bill only one time. Only one time. Understood? So that is the difference. So this is suspensive veto. Next we have a pocket veto. Next we have pocket veto. So what is that pocket veto? In this pocket veto, president will not reject the bill, president will not return the bill also. President will not reject the bill, means president will not use the absolute veto, president will not use even the suspensive veto. Simply the president will keep that bill in his office for an indefinite period of time. Indefinite period of time. That power is called pocket veto. In constitution it is nowhere mentioned the limitation of time. That is the reason why in political science, international politics, there is a saying that the pocket of Indian president is wider than the pocket of USA president. Because in USA president can exercise pocket veto only for 14 days. After 14 days he need to give assent. But in case of India, there is no such time limit. Right? In pocket veto, president can, not return the bill, not reject the bill, simply keep the bill for an indefinite period of time. Okay, so that is the reason why there was a saying. Okay, and here, does president has a pocket veto for every bill? No. Constitutional amendment bill is there, right? So constitutional amendment bill cannot be kept by the president. President has to give assent. Got it? Now the question, does any president use this power? Yes, there was a one president whose name was Gyani Jail Singh. Actually he was a Sikh president. So Gyani Jail Singh exercised this pocket veto. Many cases are there. Okay, many cases are there where president has exercised the pocket veto. And regarding this legislature bill, also there is no such limit. See, parliament only there is no such limit for pocket, so no question about legislature. Understood everyone? So this is about veto power of President of India. So 3 veto power of there. What are those? Absolute veto, president will reject the bill. Suspensive veto, president will return the bill. Pocket veto, president will not reject, president will not return. Simply president will keep the bill for an indefinite period of time. Understood? For every 3 power, exceptions are there. Suspensive veto, money bill, on money bill, president cannot use the suspensive veto. And on constitutional amendment bill, president cannot use the pocket veto. And each and every bill, president cannot use the absolute veto. Only 2 cases are there. Understood? So this is about veto power of President of India.